Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming out. Oh, I see so many familiar faces. This is just so much fun. So much fun. So what am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say, besides Happy New Year, that there are bathrooms through this door. There's two single-seaters there. But we're running without an intermission. So I try to keep the program short enough that you won't be dying in your seats by the end. Except just from exhilaration from how good the music is, right? If you obviously we call it a free concert because we want to share our music with the community. This has been an ongoing tradition in the Valley now for I think close to 30 years. I think I was involved with it for maybe 20 plus years when it was at St. Mark's and then in Medford, and then when the music director there retired, I brought it here and happy to keep the tradition going. We do rely on your donations to make this happen next year. So please give generously. The funds will end up back with the musicians and allow us to keep this tradition going. So if you did not give on the way in, if you want to give on the way out, if you can't give, that's fine too. We're happy for whatever you can give. And I think that's all I need to say. If it's crucial, I'll interrupt the program, but I don't think I'll have to do that. I would like to just introduce, to start off our program, Faina Podolnaya and the Siskiyou violins.
Good afternoon. I'm James Keir. I'm going to sing a few songs for you. That was lovely. Let's give them another round of applause. Siskiyou fiddle. I'm going to play a song written by a Dublin, Ireland singer-songwriter called Paul Doran. And I myself originally am from the west of Ireland, from County Mayo. I live here in Talent, as in lack of. Tune called Natives. For all of our languages, we can't communicate. For all of our native tongues, we're all natives here, sons of their fathers dream the same dream. The sound of forbidden words becomes a scream, voices in anger, victims of history, plundered and set aside, grown fat on swallowed pride. With promises of paradise and gifts of beads and knives, missionaries and pioneers are soldiers in disguise, saviors and conquerors, they make us wait. The fishers of men, they wave their truth like babes with the touch of a stranger's hand. Innocence turns to shame. The spirit that dwelt within sleeps out in the rain. For all of our languages, we can't communicate. For all of our native tongues, we're all natives here. The scars of the past are slow to disappear. The cries of the dead are always in our ears. Only the very safe can talk about wrong and right, of those who are forced to choose. Some will choose to fight. For all of our languages, we can't communicate. Cheers. I'm going to play an Irish drum called the Bowron for this one, and I'm going to sing a song for you about, someone who apparently discovered America before anybody else, before Columbus, before the Vikings. He was a saint from the County Kerry. It's very difficult to take people from Kerry serious. His name was St. Brendan. So I'm just going to pull a stool out and adjust this a little bit and then get into it. And for those of you that are dying to know what is this, it's a goatskin drum, a wooden frame and a goatskin drum and a little stick called a tipper. So back around 501, 502, there was a fella called Brendan, and he jumped into a boat and headed off and teamed up with an albatross and went out to sea and discovered all kinds of spots. But he didn't really stick it out too long. The song will tell you all about it, and it's kind of got a little bit of stuff from colloquial, from County Kerry in there regarding the particular journey that Brendan did. A boat sailed out of Brandon in the year of 501. 'Twas a damp and dirty morning, Brendan's voyage it began. Tired of tinning turnips and cutting curly kale, when he got back from the creamery, he hoisted up the sail. He ploughed the lonely furrow from the north, south, east and west. Of all the navigators, St. Brendan was the best. When he got low on candles, he was forced to make a stop. Well, he tied up in Long Island, put America on the map. Did you know that Honolulu was found by a Kerry man who went on to find Australia, then China and Japan? When he was touching 70, he began to miss the crack, and turning to his albatross, says he, I'm heading back. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? What tack will it take for Maidenhead? I'd love to settle down near Ventry Harbour. St. Brendan to his albatross he said. To get home fast he bent the mast and built up mighty steam around Terra del Fuego and up the warm Gulf Stream. Upon the last horizon Mount Brandon was in sight, and when he cleared the customs into Dingle for the night, when he got the spuds and bacon he went to douse the drought. Well, he headed west to Crogers to murder pints of stout. Around by Ballyferreter and up the Connor Pass, he freewheeled into Brandon, the saint was home at last. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? What tack will it take for Maidenhead? I'd love to settle down near Ventry Harbour. St. Brendan to his albatross he said. The entire population came, the place was chock-a-block. All love no money wouldn't get your nose inside the shop. The fishermen hauled up their nets, the farmers left their hay. The Kerry people know that Saint don't show up every day. Everything was going grand till Brendan did announce his reason for returning was to try and set up house. The girls were flabbergasted at St. Brendan's neck, to seek a wife so late in life and him a total wreck. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? What tack will it take for Maidenhead? I'd love to settle down near Ventry Harbour. St. Brendan to his albatross he said. Worn down by a rejection that pierced his humble pride, be God, says Brendan, if I run I'll surely catch the tide. Turning in his sandals he made straight for the docks, and hauling up the anchor he cast off from the rocks. As he sailed out past Idavon there stood the albatross. I knew you'd never stick it out, it's great to see you, boss. I need a break, says Brendan, I badly need a break. 2 weeks of watching Fox News is more than I can take. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? What tack will it take for Maidenhead? I'd love to settle down near Ventry Harbour. Brendan to his albatross he said. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? What tack will it take for Maidenhead? I'd love to settle down near Ventry Harbour. St. Brendan to his albatross he said. Thank you.
that time of year thou mayest in me behold, when yellow leaves, or none, or few do hang upon those boughs which shake against the cold. Bare ruined choirs where late the sweet birds sang. In me thou seest the twilight of such day as after sunset fadeth in the west, which by and by black night doth take away, death's second self that seals up all in rest. In me thou seest the glowing of such fire that on the ashes of his youth doth lie, as the deathbed whereon it must expire, consumed with that which it was nourished by. This thou perceivest, which makes thy love more strong, to love that well which thou must leave ere long.
When the bells have rung and the horns have blown and the couples we know are fondly kissing, will I be with you, or will I be among the missing? Maybe it's much too early in the game, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's Eve? Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock at night, welcoming in the new year, New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of the 1,000 invitations you receive. But if I just stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's Eve? But in case I stand one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing? What are you doing New Year's Eve?
thank you all for coming.
See how thick the autumn flowers are lying in field and lane, with dandelions to tell the eyes that never are told again. Oh, may I squire around the meads and pick your posies gay? 'Twill do no harm to take my arm. You may, young man, you may. Spring has sent fires and night is now the blood runs gold, and man and maid had best be glad before the world is old. What flowers today may flower tomorrow, but never as old as new. Suppose I wound my arm right round. 'Tis true, young man, 'tis true. Son Lazarus, 'tis shame to see that only call to thieve, and once there the blow, it is little enough they leave. Then keep your heart for men like me, and save interestless chats. My love is true, and all for you. Perhaps, young man, perhaps. Oh, look in my eyes, then. Can you doubt why 'tis a mile from town? How green the grass is all about, we might as well sit down. Life, it isn't but a flower, why must true lovers sigh? Be kind, have pity, my
I'm joined with Laurie, and we're going to do a tune that was from a poem by an Irish writer called John Boyle O'Reilly. He was born in Drogheda on the east coast of Ireland back in 1841, and he was awarded a free holiday for life to Australia by the English government. However, he managed to escape and came over to America. It was American fishermen that were going around to the Sandwich Islands, to Hawaii, hunting the whale, the sperm whale in the Pacific. But they hatched a plan to free a bunch of Irish guys that were on holidays in Australia and Tasmania. And he came back to Massachusetts. And because of his wonderful writing skills, he became part of what was then going to become known as the Boston Globe newspaper. I learned this from the singing of Sean Tyrrell. It's called Only from Day to Day. Only from day to day, the life of a wise man runs. What matters of seasons far away, of gloom and of double sun? Like a tide our work should rise, each latest wave the best. Today is the king in disguise, today is the special test. Like a sawyer's work his line, the present makes the flaw, and the only field for strife is that inch before the song. Only from day to day, the life of a wise man runs. What matters of seasons far away, of gloom and of double sun? Like a tide our work should rise, each latest wave the best. Today is the king in disguise, today is a special test. Only from day to day, the life of a wise man runs. What matters of seasons far away, of gloom and of double sun? Only from day to day, the life of a wise man runs. What matters of seasons far away, of gloom and of double sun? Thank you. We'd love to hear you sing along with us on this one. Sing the last line. It's going to be repeated within the verse itself. The last line of the verse will become the chorus. It's a lovely, lovely melody, and it's very apt for this particular day and for this particular time that we're in. Again, it's been a pleasure to be here, so thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it, and thank you to Laurie for inviting me too. as we wander through the universe on this dark winter's night. The children, they're all dancing, and the stars are shining bright. One more word must now be spoken out, sung to an old tune. Let's be friends this new year coming, at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. Let's be friends this new year coming, at the let's try that, of the moon, at the rising of the moon, at the rising. Let's be friends this new year. Let's be friends this new year coming, at the rising of the moon. As we gaze into the stars that shine with wonder in our eyes, will we just destroy the planet, or is peace to be the prize? For the wail of fighting nations dims the beauty of the tune. Let's all stand up and be counted at the rising of the moon together. At the rising, lovely. At the rising, let's all stand up. Let's all stand up and be counted at the rising of the moon. May the wisdom of the ancients, with their messages and signs, come shine on our tomorrow with the magic of their times. Like the star that shone down on those wise men, like the dawn that's coming soon. The truth will guide us onwards at the rising of the moon. At the rising, the truth will guide. The truth will guide us onwards at the rising of the moon. We can live within God's garden if we tend her with our care. We can understand the meaning, the motive of the fair. Though we stumble through the darkness, trying far too much too soon, let's all stand up and be counted at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. Let's all stand up and be counted at the rising. One more time. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. Let's all stand up and be counted at the rising of the moon. Well done. Well done. Thank you.
whatever happened to my part. It was exciting at the start. Now we're halfway through Act 2, and I've had nothing yet to do. I've been off stage for far too long. It's ages since I had a song. This is one unhappy diva. The producers have deceived her. There is nothing I can sing from my heart. Whatever happened to my part? I am sick of my career, always stuck in second gear, up to here with frustration and with fears. I've no Grammy, no rewards, I've no Tony Awards. I'm constantly replaced by Britney Spears. Britney Spears! Whatever happened to my show? I was a hit,
Thank you very much for your warm presence and making this, helping us to make this, celebrate this event here. Please join us now. I'm going to call all the artists back on stage. Come on back, Siskiyou violins. Joseph's going to accompany. We're going to sing one verse of Old Lang Syne together. So please stand as you are able, and that's how we get our standing ovation.
Should